how to make your ex-boyfriend want you back.
Hi guys, this is Ashley Kay, and in this video, if you're currently going through a breakup and would like to know how to get your ex-boyfriend back, then this is going to be a very important video, as I'm about to show you 3 things you must do in order to not only get him back, but get him to be the one calling you, chasing after you, be the one willing to do the work to get you back. Okay, so the very first thing you need to do is, after a breakup, you must first accept that your old relationship is over and accept the breakup. So a lot of people want to argue against their ex-boyfriends. They want to resist the situation, want to try to convince him that he's making a big mistake and that this whole thing is a big mistake. But really, you don't want to do that, okay? Because when you do that, he's going to have his defenses up, and it will make it even harder on you, because he will try harder to push you away, okay? Because you'll be like the enemy to him. So what you want to do is to let him know that you're on his side. So you want to say, okay, I accept that you're not happy, you want to break up. I think that that's actually a good idea, because, I don't want you to be unhappy and things haven't been working anyway, and this may be the best thing for us. So you want to agree with him that this breakup is a good idea. So the second thing you must do, now that you have at least lowered his barriers a bit, is to actually back up what you have said through your actions, which means not only are you telling him you accept the breakup and you're happy to let him go, you're actually going to do that through your actions by not talking to him for a period of time. So you're not going to tell him that you're not going to talk to him for a period of time. You will just do it. Okay, so I recommend at least a month, so at least 30 days, you should completely remove yourself from his life, not talk to him at all, not contact him, not see him. Basically remove yourself from him, and or any way that you may hear about his life or what is going on. Try to completely cut yourself away from from his side, because it makes the healing process harder if you're constantly reminded of what he is doing. For example, if you're on Facebook with him and you're constantly reminded of him, pictures of him going out with other girls, with new people, and just having fun, then that's going to be much harder on you emotionally to handle. So, try to, if that's the case, then I would either avoid going on Facebook or to block him out so you don't see that stuff. Okay, because this period apart is actually not only important for him to have the space away from you, but probably what is more important is for you to have the space to actually work out what you want to do now. Because now is the time to regain your independence. Okay, you need to figure out, once again, what are the things that makes you happy by yourself, right? Because you really need to, like, so many people get lost and tangled up in a relationship, and they forget the things that they used to do, or they forget the things that made them who they were before, when they didn't have a relationship, didn't have a partner. So it's really key now to work that stuff out, to start setting some goals for yourself, to start evaluating, where your life is at, where you want to go, what's going to make you happy now without your partner there, just by yourself. What is the priorities now, because it's going to change, it's going to be different now. And that can be scary at first, but it is actually quite crucial that you do this step, because not only will, if you do it correctly, will it make you feel a lot better, help you with the healing, also give you a lot more confidence to actually step into the world and realize, I can move forward from here without my partner. Now, the third thing, we'll get to the third thing, is that once you actually get to this point, it's not quite as scary as you first thought. Okay, your ex-boyfriend will not suddenly realize, oh, she's moving on, that means I can move on. He's not going to think that. That's more your fear talking. what he will mostly realize is that, okay, she's actually, getting her life back in order. She's doing stuff. She's being active. She's being happy. She's making herself happy. Okay, things that attracted him to you in the first place will start to come out again, and that's what will make him be drawn back to you again. And trust me, if you do the no contact correctly and he actually cared about you in the relationship, he will definitely be calling you and contacting you because he'll be curious, right? It's human nature to be curious about our ex-partners, what they're doing now, what's happening, especially if you go from suddenly in a relationship to nothing, then definitely that change will, by itself, strike him to want to contact you. So once he starts contacting you, once you're talking again, this is important. The third thing you must do is you have to make sure if he starts pursuing you, contacting you, wanting to hang out, wanting to see more of you, you shouldn't make yourself too available and shouldn't make it too easy for him. So if you do it correctly, you should already be filled up with things to do. You should already be busy with stuff. So when you say, oh, I'm a bit busy, I'm a bit busy right now, let's talk next week, let's do something, next week or something like that, when I'm not so busy, So basically, when you say stuff like that, it won't be a lie because it'll be the truth. And also that will make him realize that you actually are, doing good things for yourself. And guys are drawn to that. Guys are drawn to women who are happy on their own, who are not needy and need a guy to make them happy, So those are very attractive things. So he will naturally want to come forward to find out more about you, find out what's going on. And also when you do the, if he steps forward and you step slightly a step back sort of thing, it will make him start to think more about you. Okay, so if he doesn't get the instant gratification, get you instantly whenever he starts calling, then it'll make him start thinking more and missing you and, thinking back to the relationship, the good things and the bad things. And, thinking about you, get him thinking about you is a good thing, whether it's good or bad. It means you're on his mind, okay? And the more he thinks about you, the more he'll contact you, more he'll want to spend time with you. And then things will start to snowball very, very quickly because, as long as you don't go back to being, needy and clingy and wanting to quickly get back together. Because the thing that can kill it is if you rush too fast back into that relationship. If you go too quick into that relationship, then, you might just find yourself back with all the old problems. But if you start slowly, if you go slowly, then you might find that you can have a better relationship and start anew as well, and actually work out the problems as you go without suddenly finding yourself back how you were with all the old problems and then, having to break up again. So basically, as a recap, the first thing you need to do is to accept that the relationship is over and to let him know you just want him to be happy. So if this is what he wants, you're willing to accept that, okay? The second thing is to actually have that distance between you. Allow at least 30 days, a month of distance between you. And during this time, make sure you're actually being active and doing things for yourself and gaining your independence. And the last thing is to make sure if once he does start talking to you again and coming closer and closer to you, that you take it slowly, that you don't just rush back into that relationship. Make him work for it. Make him actually put effort in to impress you, to get you back again as his girlfriend. Because at this point, he really needs to prove to you why you should take him back, really, okay? So that is key. Now, if you're serious about getting your ex-boyfriend back and, about saving your relationship, then I really highly recommend that you check out my complete step-by-step program, the Ex-Recovery System, where I step you through the entire thing from your breakup to the whole no contact stage, working on yourself, and to re-attracting him back again. So, you know, no relationships are alike, no two people are alike. So in my program, I cover a lot of these things that can happen, and also a lot of psychological things that happens underneath the surface of things. So things like, well, why is he doing that? What does he mean when he says this? You know, what is he actually thinking during this period when you're not really talking to one another? So I cover all of these things and answer all the questions for you. Plus, we have a great support system as well. So if you have any questions or you get stuck in any way, you can email us, and we're always there to answer you pretty quickly. So if you would like a complete system to help you through the whole thing, then I really recommend you checking out the X Recovery System. So that's pretty much it for this video, and I'll talk to you soon.